Hi guys, I'm Danny,
I'm Michelle.
and you're listening to the Politically Incorrect podcast, where freedom of speech comes to be abused. And today's topic of talk: Social Security. Take it away, Michelle.
Okay, so Social Security. You have to go in, after you get denied by blah, 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 they send you to a federal court
Mm-hmm.
in front of a federal judge. Now, there's two problems here. One, you yourself, Danny, have pointed out that Social Security is not a federal program.
No, it's not. It's a works program, which means it is built. The money that's in the Social Security Administration's bank, so to say, is actually paid for by every person who has a job and pays taxes and Social Security. Hence, that's why when you look at your paycheck, it says deduction for Social Security. It is automatically deducted from you.
Exactly. Yet, if you're going in for Social Security disability, now I've seen people from the age of 60 having to go in front of this judge to younger kids that have obvious problems.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go in front of a federal judge in a federal courtroom.
Mm-hmm. Again, which is something that shouldn't exist, but it does.
Yet I want to know when a judge has gone through the 8 years, 10 years, if not more, of schooling to become a doctor so that he can look at these things and be able to tell whether or not you are disabled.
Uh, General practitioner is 8 years. Specialized field is usually another 4 after that. So, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't know. I think it's asinine. I really do. Um, See, this is the thing. In England, if you're disabled, you can file for disability benefits. You go see a doctor. The doctor looks at you, and if he feels that you are disabled, he will say, yes, they are disabled. This is, what their disability is. And then you tailor your job searches from there. And if you are denied more than 3 jobs in a fiscal year, that's when you're immediately given disability benefits. Basically,
Mhm.
it's X amount taken off your rent if you have a council house. If you own a home and you don't own and you've got no mortgage, they will pay. They give you I think it's like 200 and something pounds every 2 weeks. It's fucking ridiculous. See, again, one of the things I like about here in the States is you guys get the food stamps and whatnot. That doesn't exist in England. Plain and simple, you have to pay all your bills and get food and clothes and everything else on 200 and something pounds, which is actually apparently being knocked down to under 180 pounds, thanks to
Wow.
Cameron, the current Prime Minister.
Wow.
And yet he's more than willing to give £50,000 in benefits to refugees. Yeah, go figure. Again, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. I have fucked my fair share of different coloured pussy. But at the end of the day, there's reasons why I left England. The mistreatment of veterans, the mistreatment of soldiers, the mistreatment of the elderly, the mistreatment in general of just the general public, and the overly blatant overtreatment of immigrants and illegals and Christ knows what else. I'm not talking about them stealing jobs. Fuck it. If they want to dig ditches and dig up roadkill, and pick up roadkill, good luck to them.
Right.
If they want to be a sewage worker, good luck to them. If they want to be a construction worker, good luck to them. What I'm talking about is the fact that they don't try to get a job. They argue deportation with human rights abuse and all this stupid shit, and yet they
Mhm.
walk around London with hate speeches saying death to British soldiers, death to the British government. Yet we're bad enough for you to bash, but we're not bad enough for you to take our money. But back on the Social Security on your part, I honestly feel that, again, I'm going to go back to England for a brief minute. In England, it's always assumed that you are, not that you aren't. You know, it's always assumed that you are innocent until proven guilty. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And is that not what your justice system is supposed to be based on?
It is.
So why did disabled people have to travel to a federal court, take up a federal court judge's time that he could be spending on actual federal court cases just to be looked at and lied to by all the people that are in there? I mean, think about it. How many people that you spoke to personally, Social Security lawyers, and it's nothing. You have to get a lawyer, but still,
yes.
How many lawyers have you spoken to that claimed they're ex employees of the Social Security Administration?
4.
Do you see what I'm saying?
And luckily, the lawyer I have now has not ever been a person that worked for Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
He is going into my case with the idea that, you know, we're fighting to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's seen my medical records. Mm-hmm. My doctors have been sure to make sure he has them. Yet last time I went in front of one of these judges,
mm-hmm.
the judge in question had the nerve. Now I'm in my 30s, you know, later 30s,
mm-hmm.
but he had the audacity to look at me and say, you are too young to have these problems.
You can say he had the balls. You know,
freedom
of speech here, my dear. Don't tailor your words.
Actually, audacity is what came to mind at first. I didn't think balls.
Sounds like you've got a British person influencing your vocabulary there, my dear.
I wonder why.
Yes. I wonder why. I've gone to the courthouse with you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been pacing outside the courtroom and whatnot. But there's one thing I want to say concerning your lawyer. It sounds like he's got a little bit of Emery spirit in him.
Yes.
A little bit of Spartan spirit, you know?
Yes. Yes, he's already told me, you know, we thought my last lawyer was willing to fight and blah, blah, blah. And once he got the deal, the chance to make a deal, he did, and he sold me down the river.
Public pretender.
Yes.
Public pretender, basically.
And even in that, the public pretender, he agreed to only take $5,000 or 10% of what I earned, you know, up to $5,000. He took $7,000. So over what me and him agreed to, but because he got his pay 30 to 40 days before me, I didn't know he had taken that much of my pay, and by the time I got it, I could not appeal how much he took.
Ah, so he basically scammed you.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So pretty much, again, guys, what did you do to become disabled? Because I know a lot of people are probably thinking, oh, she's probably got like tendonitis or something. You know, what have you done to I wouldn't say earn the disability, but what got you?
The last job I had, I was a office assistant to a ACH and credit card processing company. And I had always had a sore back or issues in my back, you know. When I was a teenager, they sent me to chiropractors. You know, nothing ever seemed to really make me feel like I didn't have problems in my back, but I never paid that much attention to them.
Okay.
At my job, I leaned over to pick up a ream of paper. You know what a ream of paper is?
Yes.
Okay, I leaned over to pick one of those up, and I couldn't straighten back up. My boss had to help me lay on the floor and help me get straight to where I could stand, you know, be not in a bent shape. And she turned around to me and told me I needed to find out what was going on with my back. In which I went and to the state, and they sent me through some medical testing, and it's found that I have 2 collapsed discs in my lower back. I have a herniated disc, and I have damage done to my sciatic nerve. The damage done to my sciatic nerve causes my right leg to mainly stay completely numb at all times, and my left leg has started going numb.
So, that was one heavy ream of paper.
Well, and also I have some mental issues.
Yeah, I know, you married me.
And that has nothing to do with them.
So, when your leg goes numb,
yes,
does that affect your womanly parts too?
Sometimes.
So when I'm ploughing you like a proper horse, and your leg goes numb, can you not feel it?
Oh, I can feel it. It just feels different.
Oh, how so?
It's less sensitive to what you're doing, I guess, is the best way to put it. It kind of gets a tingly sensation.
Kind of like a numb arm. You know, like how you sit on your hand for like 5 minutes and it goes completely numb.
Yes.
So you basically get a stranger. Wow. Okay. So you get a stranger.
Yes.
Well, that's nice to know.
And I will be on painkillers the rest of my life. The last specialist I saw basically told me, well, not the last one, but the first specialist I saw basically told me to go to a pain clinic and get put on liquid morphine for the rest of my life. I refused to do that. I went to another specialist. He was doing some things. I went through 10 rounds of steroid shots into my back, which you're only supposed to technically have 3 a year. I had 10 in 1 year.
So that's why you got those big guns.
No, that didn't affect those.
Yeah, you sure? Because on a cold day, those guns look cocked and loaded.
He's fooling you guys. I ain't got no muscles.
That's about your tits.
Oh, my tits. Hey, they ain't that big, damn it. But anyway, you're supposed to only go through 3. I went through 10. I am not lying. And then they changed my insurance so I could no longer see that doctor, which he was really trying to help me. Now I'm seeing another doctor. He's tried to get a new MRI. My insurance won't pay for that. My insurance now, they took me off the state, basically like Medicaid.
Okay.
And put me on this, what's called PCN, Primary Care Network.
Okay.
And it will only allow me to have 4 prescriptions a month. And my doctor would easily write out between 6 to 12 prescriptions for me each month if I was able to fill them.
Holy cow. So it's not primary care, it's piece of shit network, pretty much.
Basically.
It's piece of crap network.
One of the things he wants me on, okay, I'm on Flexerol.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm supposed to get 60 pills to last me a month. I'm supposed to take them 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Okay, well, my insurance will only pay for me to have 30 pills.
Okay.
So I either take 30 pills and only take them once a day, or I get the 60 pills and I have to pay for the extra 30.
Okay. So
out of my own pocket.
Gee, thanks, Obamacare. It's always Obama's fault. Everything's always Obama's fault.
PCN has been like this forever. This has nothing to do with any new health care.
So why can't you go back to Medicaid?
I have tried, and they won't let me because of the fact that I am not on Social Security disability yet.
Okay, so Once you get on knock on wood, you get on Social Security disability, you plan on
They will put me on both Medicaid and Medicare.
Medicaid. What's the difference between those two?
One's federal, one's state.
Oh, okay. So, I'm outsiders in perspective here. We don't have Peckham insurance and then London insurance. It's just flat out national healthcare. Again, I'm a firm believer in a nationalized healthcare system.
I wish they would go to that.
It's never going to happen here in the States. It's all about the money. No, honestly, it's all about the money.
Oh yeah,
it's fuck all to do with healthcare. It's fuck all to do with human life. It's fuck all to do with the Hippocratic oath that doctors take. It's all about money.
Yes,
that's it.
It is,
and it's sad. No, again, I'm not against people making money. I'm not. I am not against people earning a living wage. I am not against people, earning themselves the ability to buy that fancy car that they want, or to buy that big fancy house or anything. And see, this is the thing. A lot of people think that doctors and nurses who work for an NHS hospital don't have money. They do. They actually get paid a comparable wage. It's just, again, it's another misconception that a lot of people seem to have about the NHS, is that doctors don't get paid. They do.
It would just be like all of us being on a Medicare or Medicaid, where you go to the doctor and you can be seen for $3 or $6 or whatever.
Actually, there is no copay. For example, say I'm currently unemployed and I go to the doctor. And the doctor writes me out a prescription. The doctor asks me, do I have a job? Yes, no. If I say no, he goes, okay. And he ticks this little box on his prescription pad, and that's it. The government pays for my copay, which is $3. I go in there, I get what medications I need for free. The pharmacist fills it, puts it in a little bag, staples it, gives me a leaflet about all of the side effects, and that's it. I go home, I take my medications. Now, if I'm working, I believe it's like £2.50 last time I was back in England for medications.
Mm-hmm.
That's named brand or generic.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. One of the pills they've got me on is Nucenta.
Mm-hmm.
It is a rather new painkiller. It's a time release. You take it one every 12 hours.
Uh-huh.
So I have to stay on a schedule with it. If I was to have to pay for this one outright,
mm-hmm.
without any insurance, without any help, it would be $370 some odd per month.
I'm just gonna say this one thing. You can agree with it, or you may disagree with it, people. But men in denim built this great country. Men in suits are destroying it.
I agree with you.
Plain and simple. Again, guys, I normally don't talk about politics or religion in my Pixel podcast, but in this podcast I do. And you know what? My vote's for Bernie Sanders. My vote is for Bernie Sanders. When he comes through here, go see him, sweetheart. Talk to him. Talk to Bernie Sanders. He's a senator from Vermont. He's running on the Democratic ticket. However, he's an independent.
Okay.
Independents can't run for president without a Democratic ticket or a Republican ticket. He's actually higher than Hillary Clinton in the polls.
Wow.
Yeah. And yet, no one in the Democratic Party wants him to be their front man. They want Clinton. Yet, the people listen, the people understand, the people know, the people want Bernie Sanders.
Now, I hate to say it, but we're going to end up with a Republican for president, because if you look back, it's went Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat.
Actually, no, because, sweetheart, if you think about it, the last two presidents before Obama was the same president. It was George Bush. He got elected twice. He served 2 terms.
Mm-hmm.
And Obama served 2 terms. So
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't gone that way. It's gone Republican, Republican, Democrat, Democrat. And to be honest with you, people have had enough of Republicans' bullshit. There is now 11 people running for president from the Republican Party.
Wow.
The Republican Party is in pieces. They are in tatters. There's too much infighting for them to even mount a decent defense. They haven't once blamed Obama for anything. This literally in the last 3 months.
Mm.
Sinkhole happens in the middle of Lake Michigan. It's Obama's fault. Nope, none of that shit. Chris Christie, the Republican from, I believe it's Manhattan or New York. He's from the New York state. He's openly turned around and said that some stupid bollocks about making birth control more readily available for women is going to turn women lesbian. Or some stupid shit like that. Seriously. Seriously. This is the guy who's actually been caught twice with his hand in the cookie jar concerning taxpayer money. He's been caught twice and he's still senator.
Good grief.
40-something senators signed a bill last year, stopping benefits for soldiers. And you want to know what's fucked up?
What?
Over 30 of these 40 senators were all Republican.
Oh my gosh.
And what's even worse is both of them are in Utah. Orrin Hatch and his butt buddy.
Wow. Just wow.
Yep. They are both. They both voted against it. And it pisses me off, man, because the first thing they start talking about, the very first thing they start talking about,
Yeah.
is oh, let's take care of our veterans, let's take care of our returning heroes, and this, that, and the other, and literally the same week, the very same fucking week that they're back in the Senate. Let's vote no. You know, we've already got their votes, so let's just vote no.
Yeah.
You know, they won't know any difference. You know, and it's not like anyone actually reads this shit.
Oh, there's people that read it.
Oh yeah, like me.
There are people that read it.
Oh yeah, like me.
Yep.
I read every. What do you think I read the fish wrapper? And I read Senator Orrin Hatch. You know, has said this or done that, or said this and done that, and I'm like, oh, alright, yeah, cool. That's interesting. Yeah. That's interesting. Week later, Senator Orrin Hatch totally fucking does a 180 on what he said publicly last week about this, that, and the other. And it's like, yep, that's a Republican. More wishy-washy and more flip-floppy than a fucking pancake on a trampoline.
Yeah.
You know? And it's sad, but at the end of the day... This is why two-party systems don't work. England isn't a two-party system. England is a three-party system. You got Labour, Liberal Democrats, and Conservatives. We've got three parties, and there's even some parties that they're independent. Now, independent parties, if they try to become independent parties, they're automatically assumed that they're a teabagger. They're not. Okay. Buckman is a teabagger. Palin is a teabagger. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Those two are teabaggers, masquerading as Republicans. Again, it just fucking drives me nuts. Okay? You can't publicly say one thing behind closed doors and not expect it to bite you in the ass. I'm looking at you, Mitt Romney. Mr. 44%er. Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, 44% of Americans are just bums. Oh, yeah, that 44% of Americans didn't vote for you, did they? Looks like the Koch brothers lost a lot of money betting on you, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
And see, that's another thing. If you're gonna base your entire political system on the Roman Empire, base it on the Roman Empire properly. Every time a senator takes a bribe, stone him to death.
Oh, yeah.
Plain and simple.
That's what needs to happen.
Take everything that he owns and distribute it back to the people of the state he represents. That's exactly what they used to do.
Yes, it is.
That's exactly what they used to do. In the history of the Roman Senate, 13 senators got caught on the charges of corruption. They was immediately stripped of their powers and immediately taken to the parts that they represented, to their what will be states that they represented, and they were stoned to death in that state and just left to rot. They weren't even buried. They were just left to rot. All of their mansions and the money and the slaves and everything else that they owned was immediately given back to that state as a way for an apology. Everyone keeps asking, why did Brutus kill Caesar? Because Brutus saw that Caesar had become corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. And I honestly feel that if you're going to base your government or politics on, we'll take this bit of Roman, this bit of Greek, this bit of English, throw it in a pot, swirl it around and call it American. No, that's not how it works. That is not how it works. Pick one, stick to it, shit or get off the pot. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
And that's it, guys. That was the first ever Politically Incorrect podcast. We initially started covering Social Security and we kind of moved on into government. So, yeah. I have been your host. I am Danny.
And I am Michelle.
And we thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.